and welcome back to another episode of MIA. So, I am your host. I'm Nikki Says You Only Live Once. And y'all, we have a packed show today. Now, the 22nd annual Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival, it is coming back in Miramar on November 10th. We have two guests, a musician and a very popular award-winning chef on the show. And also, Miss Shenetria Moore, she is back with her 6th annual Broward Dade calendar unveiling. So before we get into the guests, we have two videos. Let's go ahead and drop it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, 'cause tomorrow is another day. It's all right.
Woo! All right, let's welcome our guests on the screen. All right, let's give it up for Chef Winston Williams, and he is the lead member of the classic reggae band Chalice. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice.
Man, I am so, after seeing those videos, I'm ready for the festival to start. I want to have some good music, some good food to set the vibes, you know?
That's right.
So first of all, we'll start with you first, Wayne Armand. So you are the lead band member of Chalice. So for those that may not know, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, the band started in 1980, believe it or not. So the band is 45 years old. And we have made about 12, 14 albums to date. Used to travel the world a lot, used to tour a lot. But as time goes by and you get older, you can't do the long tours again. So we just do selective shows like the Jerk Festival and other festivals around the world. So we're fortunate to be in South Florida this year and doing the Jerk Festival. Very happy to do that. On the 10th of November.
All right.
Sunday.
Yeah, November 10th, yes.
Yeah.
And Chef Winston Williams. Now, you are an award-winning, I want to say this correctly, catering expert, catering coach, and a cooking show host.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about your background.
Yes. Well, hey, I've been in the food business for over 30 years. I hail from the Virgin Islands, the VI, British Virgin Islands and United States Virgin Islands. That's where I come from. I started my cooking career, like I said, over 30 years ago. And currently, you can catch me every week on my cooking show, Floridian Cuisine with Chef Winston. And of course, I'm a caterer. So every week, check me out on that as well, on YouTube.
Floridian, I like that.
Yes, nice.
So Winston, this question is for you. What is the most common ingredient used in all Caribbean islands? Like, what is the main ingredient that all islands use?
Main ingredient all island use are peppers.
Pepper.
Oh, is it Scotch bonnet? What kind of pepper?
Scotch bonnet is the most popular if you want that extra kick.
Mm-hmm.
We can do sweet pepper if you don't want it too spicy.
Okay, yeah. So for me, the Scotch bonnet, if the seeds are in it, I can't do it. You have to take the seeds out, then I can eat the food, because if the seeds are in it, it's so spicy I can't taste the flavors. You know.
Well, yeah, that's where all the flavor and all the spiciness is at inside the membrane with those seeds. So I'm taking it a little bit.
It's hot. All right. So Wayne, this one is for you. Now I heard your bio. There's so many accolades. You've backed up local popular artists such as with the Wailers, Bob Marley's band, Delray Wilson, and also Marcia Griffiths. So with you touring up until now, what is one of your fondest memories?
Oh boy. One of my fondest memories, well, with Chalice was touring Europe, right? We are the first reggae band ever to go to Istanbul, Turkey, and open the door for other reggae bands to go to Turkey. So that to me, we went there unknown and we left there. We had to leave there with police escort. It was like Michael Jackson.
Oh.
It was unbelievable, the reception.
Yeah.
So that was one of my fondest memories.
Istanbul.
Mm-hmm.
That's like way across. Yeah. Look about Talawain. Istanbul, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chef Winston, this is for you. What kind of cultural Caribbean experience can we expect from you at this year's festival?
Hey, listen, the fact that I've been in the game such a long time, living down here in South Florida, catering throughout South Florida, traveling the country, doing a lot of different flavors, my technique is Floridian cuisine, like I mentioned earlier, okay? Anything that you know and love, classical cuisine with a Floridian twist, something that you love, that you know that's, like, for example, like a chicken parmesan. I will take that and create it and make it into my Floridian style of things, okay? So when you see this weekend, the food, November 10th at the Jerk Festival, the food fight, I bring in that flavor, that Floridian flavor, baby.
Chef, just make sure you put some in my dressing room, yeah?
Yeah, make sure you lose some to the side for me too, you know?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, so Wayne, I also I learned that you actually were the guitarist for the popular band, and I want to say it's Brian Lee and the Dragonaires.
Oh, Byron Lee.
Oh, Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. So
yeah.
tell us more about that experience.
Well, actually, I was a amateur guitarist, musician, working a 9 to 5 and playing music in the night. And then he offered me the position in his band because his band was probably one of the biggest in the Caribbean.
Oh.
And when he offered me that position, I was able to switch from doing the 9 to 5 and become a professional musician.
Yeah.
And so I went from there to forming Chalice. Then I spent 6 years with the legendary Jimmy Cliff. You might know Jimmy Cliff from Harder They Come, Many Rivers to Cross. I Can See Clearly Now. And I went on tour with Jimmy Cliff. One of the highlights of that was working at Woodstock, which was the 25th anniversary of Woodstock, which was a great show.
Okay.
So, you know, it's been a journey.
All these experiences, all these rich experiences, you know, it's you know, you're the only one that can talk about it because you actually experienced it. You know, you went across on tour with all these, you know, big names, and you were the guitarist, and look at that. You were able to quit your 9 to 5 and follow your passion.
Right.
That's everybody's biggest dream, is to get paid for their passion and their gifts, and you were able to do that.
Well, so far so good, you know. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So far so good.
Yeah.
Blessing.
Yes, definitely. Blessing and gratitude, definitely.
For real. I tell people I've never been lucky, but I'm really blessed.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Now, Chef Winston, I heard about the Johnny Cakes, right? You have a special recipe for the Johnny Cakes, but what makes your Johnny Cakes so special and different than the other ones?
Well, all the Caribbean islands got their version of a Johnny Cake. Jamaicans call their version of it. Well, first of all, it's like a fried bread, fried dumpling. Jamaicans got a festival. Trinidad got the bakes. The Virgin Islands, we got Johnny Cake. Okay? What makes it so special is a very simple recipe. I package it up for those people who moved away from the islands and miss that island taste and that VI taste, the Caribbean taste. I got that in a nice little package for them. Only one in the market. If you're looking to get that Johnny, that VI Johnny Cake style mix, so you can be converted into the Johnny Cake dough bread to fry it, or you could use the same dough to fill it and create pâtés like beef pâté, saltfish pâté, conch pâté, veggie, chicken, whatever you feel like.
Ooh, okay. Where can we find the mix?
Oh, it's on our website, cateringcc.com.
Okay.
On my cooking show, and in the description, you'll find it there too. And our cooking show on YouTube is at Chef Winston.
You're making me hungry, Chef.
All right.
Yes. That's the plan.
That's the plan. Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure speaking to the both of you. I will be there on November 10th. Looking forward to it. And, you know, just thanks for being a part of it this year. It's a 22nd over 2 decades. You know, it's every year it's bigger and bigger. And the thing is, the crowd is so diverse. Like, you know, people love Jamaican culture. They love Jamaican food. They love Jamaican music. So I'm looking forward to seeing the variation of who's going to show up. And with the both of you there, I know it's going to even bring in more crowds. So
it's going to be huge.
It's great to meet you, and we'll see you November 10th.
Yes, thank you so much. See you then.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for hosting us. Thanks for hosting us on your show. It's a pleasure.
And yes, and thanks for being our guest. See, look more.
Well, go on.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. All right, big shout out to our Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival guest. And coming up next is Shenetria Moore. We'll be talking about her 6th annual Broward Dade calendar unveiling reception. But before she comes on the screen, we have a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I'm Sheriff Morris Young. Illicit marijuana laced with illegal drugs like fentanyl have destroyed lives. I know because I've seen it firsthand. Amendment 3 will save lives by making marijuana safe, regulated, and lab tested. Amendment 3 will protect our community from dangerous illegal drugs while allowing law enforcement to focus on serious crimes. Vote yes on Amendment 3, the smarter and safer choice for Florida.
Voting yes for Watson Island is an investment in us. With $9 million in funding for affordable housing, thousands of jobs for our community, and space for nonprofit organizations that support us. Our community wins when we vote yes for Watson Island.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family, our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters, because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
And welcome back. Now on to our next guest. She is the founder of Project 12 2025. We'll be talking about Broward and Dade, the calendar unveiling reception. Now let's welcome Miss Shenetria Moore. Now, you are not a stranger to MIA Soul, Miss Moore. How you doing today?
I am super fantastic.
Awesome. And you know, so when was the inception of Project 12?
Well, Project 12 was, and thank you again for having me. Thank you, Mr. Bridgman, for the opportunity. I tell people the platform that you invite us on did not happen overnight. So for you guys to share it with us, to get the information out about our organizations, about our initiatives, thank you. So Project 12 was actually started in 2014. And my why for doing Project 12, Nikki, was I was so frustrated with all of the negative images of Black men. You turn on the TV, you see negative images of Black men. You read about it, you see negative images of Black men. And I said I wanted to do something to change the imagery in the media about Black males. So my background is marketing and advertising. And so I decided to come up with a project called Project 12, actually named after the Bible, biblically. The disciples, they were from all walks of life. And in this Project 12, in this calendar, we were going to have a diverse group of men. You're not going to open up and see a calendar full of attorneys or a calendar full of entrepreneurs. You're going to see attorneys, teachers, good husbands, good fathers, educators, athletes, all mixed together in one publication, developing new relationships, finding out new information about each other. And, just bringing a collaborative of these guys together just to formulate new bonds and new relationships.
And thank you for that. Thank you for recognizing that there are good Black men who are good role models to the community. Because again, the media tends to portray our Black men in a negative narrative, and you're changing that narrative. So thank you for that. And
yeah.
So I believe Broward started first and then Dade. So tell us about the different years and how you're going to merge them together.
Well, Palm Beach, we have a Palm Beach edition, and that's 11 years old. Can you believe it? And then we started Broward and Dade 5 years later. So Broward, we started out with Broward, and then we added Dade a couple of years ago. And so this year is our 6th annual Broward Dade edition. Now, the ladies on my council from the Broward Dade area, they was like, well, she needs just enough men for us to have 2 separate books.
Wow.
And I don't doubt it. And we'll see how that plays out, because there's so many positive men doing some positive things in South Florida. We just can't cover them all at once. I tell everybody, when it's your turn, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So we decided to combine that publication, and we have a separate publication in Palm Beach County. And we're going to eventually add the Treasure Coast to the Palm Beach County edition.
Oh.
We do have one guy representing in this upcoming publication from that Treasure Coast area. So we just want to make sure we cover and just represent our men, as many as possible, in these publications. Guys were coming up to me, Shenetria, it's time for me to be in there. Mm-hmm. Wives were coming up there, Shenetria, how do I get my husband in there? I'm like, well, you got to get the votes. Yes. I'm one vote. So now I make sure I let everyone, I am one vote. Okay, so first you got to get them nominated. And then, you know, the women, we sit through, we go through all the applications. If they know them, they'll say, you know, they'll make their comments about this person. We'll read what was written about them. And then they go and they have to pick their top 12. And whoever gets the top amount of votes are the calendar recipients, not Shenetria. Now, if there's a tie, we can break the tie, and we have different methods of breaking the tie. If we already have an attorney in there and there's a tie that needs to be broken and there's an attorney and there's a teacher, we'll put the teacher. Again, we want to make sure it's a diverse group of men, and it's worked out so well, Nikki. I'm so proud of the diversity that we've been able to put in this publication. And then the testimonies from the men that have developed new relationships, lasting relationships from these guys that were in the calendar with them.
So the first step is they have to be nominated.
Yes.
So walk us through that process.
Well, I put out a form, it's a simple form. And then, you know, the person has to nominate them and tell us why they think they'll be a good candidate. You know, some people are in it because they're phenomenal fathers. You don't have to be running a Fortune 500 company to be acknowledged in Project 12. Actually, in Palm Beach a few years back, a guy actually got mad because he's like, you know, I oversee $1 million, and yeah, how he got in here and I didn't get in there. And I said, it's obvious you don't understand my heart and the vision of this publication.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that you have not been to one of my receptions, or you would not have said that out of your mouth to me. It's not about that. We need all of our men in all of their position. We got the CEOs that are in the boardroom, and we need those guys to speak up and represent. If you don't have a seat at the table, you can't be heard. But we need those coaches that are spending more time with those CEOs' son, okay? When they're in these boardrooms and flying to Europe or whatever, we need those coaches. We need those pastors that pray when they see somebody's kid that's getting out of line. You know, we need the whole spectrum of men. And so that's why it was very important to me that the calendar represented them all. We need good husbands. You got some women that are the breadwinners. They make 2 and 3 times. But if it's nothing like a supportive man, not a jealous man, and one that's there in your corner, standing in his own strength. That's so sexy to me.
No, it is. It is.
No,
and
it is.
Sexy. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of sexy husbands and CEOs and you know, white collar workers and blue collar workers, right? In both sectors. So tell us more about the bow tie event. What can we expect?
So this is our annual reception, but this year I decided I wanted to add a little theme called the bow tie effect. So you can imagine they're going to come in there with their bow ties. Woo. One guy told me, you don't want me to pull out my wooden bow tie. I was like, but I said, he's like, those guys are not ready for me. I said, you're not ready for those guys because you have not been to a reception. They come with it. So we came up with the theme, the bow tie effect. We want the men and the women to wear their best bow tie. Women, you may wear a bow tie dress. You may wear a bow tie on your dress. You may wear bow ties on your shoes. Listen, we want you guys to come with the bow tie effect. So this is going to be our annual reception on February the 1st. Nikki, we are kicking off Black History Month in style, honoring the best of the best. All of South Florida will be in that room, from Palm Beach, Treasure Coast, Broward, and Dade. Networking with the cause, getting to meet each other and celebrating our men all at once while kicking off Black History Month. This is not an event you do not want to miss. So it's going to be at the Boca West Country Club, which is, the place is absolutely exquisite. It is just beautiful inside and out. The food was impeccable. I mean, we just had a phenomenal time. And we have a really, really good turnout as well.
All right. Yeah. And again, it's so elegant. The Boca West Country Club. Oh my gosh. You have to be like dressed to the T for that, darling. Y'all. So make sure you support the Bow Tie Effect. We're supporting our Black men in the community for their contribution to not just the community, but also their families as well. So Miss Moore, thank you so much. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to your bow tie outfit that you're going to wear.
Now, do we have time for me to tell you who the recipients are?
I believe we have maybe 2 more minutes, about 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
So we do have our 2025 recipients. We have Christopher Dura, we have Stanley LeConte, Gerald Hawkins, Amis Pius, Zachary Rinkins, Calvin Hughes, Reggie Leon, Dr. Liba, Dr. Marcus Bright, Dr. Jason Forbes, Keon Hardison, and Hannibal Burton.
Okay, congratulations.
Yes.
Y'all have to pull up and support.
Absolutely. I know you probably know some of those names, Nikki.
Some of the names are very familiar, yes. And well-deserving too, well-deserving. So,
absolutely.
Well,
so
thank
we're
you
excited.
So much. Yeah, very excited. So thank you so much. And we'll see you in a few months. I'll be here before you know it.
Visit sheholdersllc.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And y'all, what a great initiative that she's doing for our community, for our Black men. Now we're going to a quick commercial break, but I got my co-hosts. They're coming up next. So Dr. Delvena and Imani Latifa will be right back.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Voting yes means hundreds of new jobs, $15 million in affordable housing investments, and a new public park for all residents. Join community leaders in voting yes for Watson Island Park number 292 by November 5th.
As a mom and small business owner, Annette Tadeo is running for clerk and comptroller to protect our tax dollars and achieve reforms. Annette Tadeo will regionalize the clerk's office, modernize technology services, and expand services to offer passport renewals. In Tallahassee, Fernandez Barquin voted for $1 billion in new sales taxes, took away our local control, and lowered wages on working families. Juan Fernandez Barquin, dangerous and reckless.
Hey, Nikki, are you ready to take the couch? As you said, it's Dr. Delvena Thomas, a board-certified psychiatrist. And guys, I am doing your mental health moment. During the segments, I talk about mental health, and today I'm talking about the benefits of golf. We just finished a golf tournament, and guess what? Brain Love won. We won first and second place. So I want to show you a little bit of that golf tournament, but before we do that, allow me to explain some of the benefits of golfing. The mental health benefits of golfing. Of course, it has plenty of physical health benefits, but I think people forget about the mental health part. Ready? Are you ready to take the couch?
Hey there, golf enthusiasts. Today, we're going to talk about the incredible mental health benefits that come with playing golf. Did you know that golf is not just a sport, but a powerful tool for improving your mental well-being? It's true. The game of golf offers a unique combination of physical activity, fresh air, and tranquil surroundings that can work wonders for your mental health. Studies have shown that playing golf can reduce stress, anxiety, and even depression. It's a great way to unwind, socialize, and focus your mind on the game. Plus, it's a fantastic form of exercise that can boost your overall health. So, the next time you're feeling a little down or stressed out, consider hitting the golf course. It's a great way to improve your mental health and have a blast at the same time. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more interesting and helpful content. Take care and see you on the greens.
All right, Nikki, that's all I have for you. Brain love, say brain love. See you guys next time. Thank you.
Peace and beautiful blessings, my MIA fam, and welcome to another Arts and Culture Report by Imani. This time back in the Muscle Shoals area, celebrating Black radio. That's right, WZZA AM radio, founded by Odessa and Rob Bailey in 1974, July 1974, because there was a need. Now, we know how important Black radio is, and at the time when this station came about, there was no other radio station in the area. So the Baileys came along. They had already had some endeavors with civic engagement in the area, and they decided to buy and purchase a building. Also suggested by Soul Brother #1 himself, Mr. James Brown. He said, look, y'all have to do something so we can have our records played in this area without no compromise. So the Baileys came along and started the radio station. Now, the radio station is a part of the Muscle Shoals broadcasting area. They play hip hop, jazz, blues, gospel, and also talking about public affairs programming, gospel morning, Sunday praises, and things like that. It was such an honor and a privilege to spend the day with Miss Tori Bailey. She is so fantastic. I call her like Auntie Tori, and I'm so grateful that had that opportunity to spend with her. So we're looking at some of the items that they still have and that W.C. Handy, the father of blues, picture, and how important that he is to this movement. So right here, Miss Tori is holding the Soul of the Shoals t-shirt. I got one of those t-shirts, by the way. And I am so grateful to her for sharing with us about the legacy of her family, the work, the importance of Black radio, one community at a time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Peace and blessings, and look forward to future endeavors. We're coming up on Soul Basil right here on MIA. Peace and blessings.
And welcome back, y'all. And that is it for today. So a big shout out to our Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival guest, Chef Winston Williams, and also the band leader of Chalice, and also Shenetria Moore for bringing back Project 12, 2025 Broward and Dade going down in February. So y'all, thank you so much. And also big shout out to my co-host, Dr. Delvena and Imani Latifa. So thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.